If you have been wondering if sexism still exists, here's your answer. If you've been wondering if violence against women exists somewhere far away, think again. If you think others are to blame, we now hear a hard truth this morning. We all share blame. Our world is not fine, and violence persists. These are not things we like to hear, or at least hope that we don't hear, but our world is in need of prophets, people strong in voice, people strong in God. We need prophets because of what's happened this week. And we need prophets because this happens every week. 1 in 4 women will experience sexual assault in their lifetime. The story of Brock Turner in this case is even more haunting as we remember the story of David and Bathsheba. In today's text, we read about the prophet Nathan's confrontation with King David about his misdeeds, but we don't get the whole story. In the text immediately preceding today's excerpt, we find the beginning of this tragedy. You see, one day, when the king was walking on his high ramparts, he saw a woman, Bathsheba, bathing, performing a cleansing ritual demanded by her faith. And I challenge anyone to call this less creepy than someone spying on a showering neighbor from a window. From here, the Israelites' King David summons her to sleep with him. It's unlikely that she had much say, much opportunity for consent here. Women at this time were not seen as individuals, but as property to own. Even Nathan likens her to a ewe that a shepherd bought. And when the king of the nation decided to take, he took. This was rape. She becomes pregnant, and to cover up this deed and failing to return this woman's husband to their home, King David arranges the man's death. And I cannot help but draw a parallel line from this story to the one coming to us from Stanford, in Palo Alto, California. Emily Doe, the victim, in a letter to her attacker. She says, "You don't know me, but you've been inside me. Neither did David know Bathsheba." Emily says, "He admitted to wanting to hook up with someone, and I was the wounded antelope of the herd, completely alone and vulnerable. So too was Bathsheba alone and vulnerable." Emily says, "In newspapers, my name was unconscious, intoxicated woman. 10 syllables and nothing more than that." So too does our text forget Bathsheba's name. Not once mentioned in today's text, once mentioned in the previous text. Most of the time referred to as the woman or Uriah's wife. Emily says, "You cannot give me back the life I had before that night either." So too does Bathsheba weep for her shattered life and her lost husband. What do you think when you hear these stories held together in this way? What comes to mind for you? What feelings do you feel? We have heard, though, how these stories end. The prophet Emily Doe confronts Brock Turner about his doings, and a messy, hard-fought, and painful battle in court brings 3 federal convictions and 3 months imprisonment. That's just 1 month per conviction. The prophet Nathan confronts David about his own rape and cover-up, and through anecdotal persuasion, Nathan convinces the king of the wrongness of these actions. And because of his convictions, Brock Turner is sentenced to 3 months in prison, and because he repents, God gives David his forgiveness, but still takes Bathsheba's child. These endings are not fairy tale endings. These endings fall far short of justice. These endings are upsetting, but they will keep happening despite the injustice of it unless the church steps up as prophet. Prophets speak up against injustice. Prophets break the wheels that set these incidents in motion. Prophets don't leave the hard conversations for someone else. The world will not know justice until prophets fight against the injustices they see, they hear, or they feel. We are called to be as Emily or as Nathan. We are called to look at hard truths, to recognize that we too play a part in systems and stories that are dirty and violent. We are called to confront the powerful when we see them take advantage of others. And we are called to learn about these things we would rather forget existed. Today's truth may have been hard for some of us to stomach, but we wonder how insignificant is our discomfort compared to the 1 in 5 women who will be sexually assaulted on college campuses. I wonder at the 3 women that I know and love who have been raped, that I know of. I wonder how many here know sexual violence. And lastly, I wonder how we might join Emily and Nathan, these heroes of God, and speak for justice in the hopes that injustice will lessen. For those wishing to be allies to victims of sexual assault, prophecy begins first with listening and educating ourselves on the issues and opening ourselves to hear these hard truths. Some of those hard truths are waiting for us already. You'll find in the narthex on a table a few letters and articles that I've printed off for you. People are written by people with braver, truer, and more provoking words than I will ever speak. Please take them. Please read them, even if they make you uncomfortable. We only have 8 copies, but we do have a sign-up for electronic delivery, email. Among them, you will find Emily Doe's letter to her attacker, which she delivered after the sentencing of Brock Turner. Know that should you pick up these materials, that particularly in Emily's testimony is at times graphic, explicit, and hard to read. You have been warned. But I challenge us to read it just the same, as our discomfort is but a drop in the bucket to the hurt and loss for Emily and countless, nameless others. Here are the final words of Emily's powerful letter. And finally, to girls everywhere, I am with you. On nights when you feel alone, I am with you. When people doubt you or dismiss you, I am with you. I fought every day for you. Never stop fighting. I believe you. Lighthouses don't go running all over an island looking for boats to stay. They are just standing there shining. And although I can't save every boat, I hope that by speaking today, you absorbed a small amount of light, a small knowing that you cannot be silenced, a small satisfaction that justice was served, a small assurance that we are getting somewhere, and a big, big knowing that you are important, unquestionably. You are untouchable, you are beautiful, you are to be valued, respected, undeniably, every minute of every day. You are powerful, and nobody can take that away from you. Girls everywhere, I am with you. Amen. I invite you to turn in your hymnal to ELW 400. Once again, we're skipping verse 3.